What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video is something that I hold near and dear to my heart. I get so many comments every single day asking me, Hammer, how do I grow my stream? I stream constantly to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 viewers. I'm not getting any traction. I've been doing this for 6 months. What am I doing wrong? So in this video, I have compiled a list of 10 ways for you guys to expand your stream, to actually get viewers in there and hold their attention and make your way up to that 20, 30, 40, and 50 viewer mark. Now, I know nowadays most people don't want to sit here and watch a 20-minute long video, so I've done my best to really consolidate these into 10 simple tips. So we're going to dive right in. But before we do that, if you guys are trying to make your stream stand out amongst the sea of millions and millions of streamers over on Twitch, Kick, or YouTube, you guys need to check out the sponsor for today's video, Owned.tv. Owned.tv is your one-stop shop for fresh new graphics for your stream. Whether you're on Twitch, YouTube, or Kick, you'll find something that's a perfect fit for your channel. They offer full themed overlay packages, which are great if you're trying to give your stream a complete makeover, but let's say you're looking to pick up some new alert graphics, don't worry, because they've got you covered there too. You could find single graphics such as alerts, emotes, banners, panels, and logos as well. And one of the best parts about these overlays is that they are completely modular. So if you and your friends all pick up the same overlay, such as this Rodan one right here, you could change the colors and tweak it to match your brand, and none of you will have the exact same overlay. If you're looking to take your stream to the next level, be sure to check out Own.tv using my link below to support the channel. And don't forget, use code HAMMER at checkout for an additional 50% off your order. Now, back to the video. All right, so we're back and we're gonna start diving right in. So for tip number 1, I want you guys to niche down and then expand later on in the future. Now, this is very important, so let me elaborate a little bit. You're gonna start by owning, your personality, your brand in a very, very specific niche. In my case, what I did was I was a World of Warcraft streamer for a really long time. I still am. But I didn't just stream World of Warcraft. I niched down into classic World of Warcraft, and then I niched down into an even more niche version of Classic, since there is 5 to 6 versions of Classic WoW currently, into a very, very small niche right there, in a specific version of Classic WoW. So you have World of Warcraft streamer as the niche, then you have Classic World of Warcraft streamer as another niche, and then I niched down even harder into a specific subversion of Classic WoW. Now, the reason for this is because if you niche down this hard and find something very, very niche, it's way easier to grow. There's less competition, you stand out, and you can really focus in on that. And then after you build your following, you build your audience, then later on in the future, that's when you start expanding out of that specific niche. Maybe you go and play other MMORPGs. Maybe you play some RPG shooter games, whatever it is. You have to niche down really hard in the beginning and then worry about expanding later on. Now for tip number 2, I want you guys to turn every single stream into 3 to 5 viral shorts, right? Not everything goes viral, but take your stream, whether it's 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, and find the most funny, the most intense, or the most relatable moments in that stream and turn them into 3 to 5 shorts to post on TikTok or YouTube Shorts. This will definitely help drive traffic to your stream, especially if those shorts that you create are really funny or interesting or showcasing some really good skill at whatever game it is that you're playing. For tip number 3, you guys are going to need to hook your viewers within the first 7 seconds of them entering your stream. So when someone enters your stream, you got to say something engaging immediately, maybe change your scene. For example, what I do on my stream is when I see my numbers shooting up out of nowhere, if I get a raid or if I start getting a follow here and there, I immediately switch to my green screen scene of me in a tavern. I say, welcome to the tavern, grab yourself a drink, hang out, relax, and it keeps them engaged. It shows them that I noticed that they were there, and it really does help with keeping people on your stream. Instead of letting them click into your stream, they watch for 2 to 3, 5 seconds, and then they click off. You have to immediately be engaging there. And I know a lot of you are going to sit there and say, well, how do I know when someone's clicking onto my stream? The problem is you really don't unless they follow you or whatever. So you need to try and be engaging the entire time. You should have no periods of time on your stream where you're just sitting there reading, in your mind, you're not speaking. Be actively speaking. Speak to yourself out loud, even if there's no one in your chat. You guys understand how much this really helps. And for tip number 4, I want you guys to have a weekly content schedule on your stream. This means maybe on Mondays you do viewer challenges, maybe on Wednesdays you do hardcore progression in whatever version of the game that you're playing. On Fridays, maybe you do a community game night where you get your community together, you get your viewers involved, and you all do something together in the game. And why this works is because it builds habits within your viewers. They get used to doing this every Wednesday, every Friday, every Monday. And, you know, humans are creatures of habit, right? You build that habit and they're going to want to come back every single time. Tip number 5, I want you guys to brand your overlay and alerts, right? Use clean, branded visuals with consistent fonts, colors, and sounds. Don't use default Twitch overlays or anything like that. You guys want to kind of make your brand stand out, whether it's something as simple as just having a color scheme in the background of your camera without graphics even on your stream. That is very important because people tend to fall in love with your brand and your personality, and that goes a long way with retention and getting people to come back and stay in your streams. Tip number 6, this one's a doozy. This one's really important, and I see people make this mistake all the time on Twitch. You guys got to use magnetic stream titles and thumbnails. And what I mean by this is I want you to avoid using titles like just grinding this or anything like that. It's not good. You want to have titles that are more along the lines of I only have one life, the hardcore challenge begins, or day 57 of playing with no keyboard, or chat dares me to solo this boss, stuff like that. You want titles that make people sit there and say, huh, I want to see what this guy's doing. This looks interesting, or this girl, whatever. That's what you need. It works because it creates curiosity and it's intriguing to viewers. They want to click and see what you're doing or how you're struggling. Maybe they want to just watch because you have one life and they know you're going to fail eventually and they want to be there for that moment. Don't underestimate the power of titles. For tip number 7, you guys got to start using OBS plugins to level up the quality of your stream. Now, for example, let's say you're someone who does vertical streaming. You're going to want to use a vertical camera scene for shorts or TikTok or whatever. You're going to want to use noise suppression. You're going to want to use maybe auto zoom, chat highlights. And why this works is because it creates a higher production value on your stream, which, you know, also equates to more watch time, and that equates to more followers, which equates to more viewers. For tip number 8, I kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, but I want you guys to engage with lurkers while they're listening to your stream. Even when the chat is quiet, keep on talking. Narrate what you're doing, ask rhetorical questions, share thoughts, assume everyone is always watching, and your stream's quality will be leveled up by like 50 times. If you sit there silent, doing nothing, talking about nothing because your chat is silent, people are probably clicking into your stream and then leaving because you're not even talking. Just talk to yourself. Go on Discord with a friend and talk to them maybe. That might help as well. Tip number 9, now this one's really important. This is going to be networking, right? I want you guys to collaborate with similar sized streamers, raid each other, appear in their content or their chats, do co-streaming events together. And why this works is because a lot of these smaller streamers tend to have shared audiences, right? Which this means you're going to get faster organic growth without competing against them. You're technically going to be on the same team. So when their stream ends, maybe their viewers now come to your stream because they want to keep consuming whatever the content is that you're doing. If you guys are in the same niche, it's very important to network and, you know, co-stream, co-brand yourselves with other people. I don't mean become part of their brand, but make it part of your brand to be someone who works with other people in this niche. Like, you know, you're the guy who does tournaments with everyone. You're the guy who engages with everyone's audiences and everyone knows you in their chats. Even when you're not streaming, you're in there talking. And tip number 10, this one's easy. You guys got to just repost your best clips on a weekly basis with new hooks, right? Take your best performing clips and remix them with all new captions, music, edits. Post them again after a few weeks by changing some of the content in the clip itself, but keep the heart of the clip exactly the same. And why this works is because TikToks and Shorts audiences cycle really fast. Reposting wins new eyeballs every single time without the extra work. So that's really it, guys. That's all I've got for you today. If you follow these 10 tips that I've put together for you, I can almost guarantee that you're gonna start to see growth on your streams. I want you guys to comment down below. Let me know how long you've been streaming, how's your journey been, things that you've found that work, because even myself, you know, who does this for a living, I'm still constantly learning and looking to improve my stream as well. So if you guys enjoyed this video, like it, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications, and you know what? come join me on my stream. I stream Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern time at twitch.tv/hammerdance. I'll pin a comment down below so you guys could just click it and throw me a follow on there. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions while I'm live. But anyways, guys, that's all I've got for you today. So I want you to keep those hammers up, and I'll see you next time.